last little piece of nerd news, guys, before we get into our comic book picks of the week. C2E2 update. Our weekly C2E2 update, guys. The Chicago Comic and Entertainment Expo comes to Chicago because it's the Chicago Entertainment Expo. March 22nd through the 24th. Big, huge guest announcement, guys. They are going to be doing a Clueless panel reunion. The cast of Clueless getting back together for the first time ever. Nobody saw this coming.
Are you pretty excited?
I'm
Paul
really
Rudd
excited.
and Alicia Silverstone.
I'm more excited about Mr. Paul Rudd coming to C2E2.
They just announced Paul Rudd and Breckin Meyer from the movie Clueless coming to C2E2. Shauna and Ralph. How is it possible that this is Paul Rudd's first ever Comic-Con appearance? He's never done a Comic-Con in his entire life. How is that possible? Never. He's never done San Diego Comic-Con. He never did
it's crazy.
Emerald City Comic-Con or these big ones, WonderCon. That's nuts.
What do you think his reaction is going to be when he walks in and that wall of BO hits him for the first time?
He's gonna love it.
Where do you
absolutely love it?
Right? He's gonna be nauseated with the photo ops probably, but
Is he also, you said he's doing a panel as well? Or
They're doing I know they're doing the Clueless reunion panel.
yeah.
And he might get his very own panel. Come on,
thing
Brian,
that
you're not
everybody's been
excited
waiting
about the
for.
Clueless? I don't know which I'm more excited about, the Clueless reunion panel or meeting William Zabka and Ralph Macchio from Karate
man.
Kid. It's the 10th anniversary of C2E2, so they're going to be pulling out all the stops.
So I'm pretty excited to see Breckin Meyer and ask him about his Oscar-worthy performance in the Garfield movies.
We saw Breckin Meyer last year at C2E2. It was hilarious. He did this whole panel about his Cartoon Network show.
Yeah,
Can't remember the name of it right now.
I can't remember the name of it either. Sorry,
I think I'm
Brecken.
unfamiliar. I mean, I love Breckin Meyer, don't get me wrong, but I had to take that subtle dig. He's a guy that's been around forever and has been in everything, so I'm very excited to possibly get an opportunity to talk to him for 10 seconds.
See if he still keeps his bong under the sink in the kitchen. Is that where he said he kept it in Clueless?
I think so.
Kitchenwares or something like that?
Was that the TV show or the movie?
It was a movie. Was he on the TV show? Was Breckin Meyer on the?
yeah.
I never saw the TV show.
Never saw the TV
The reunion that we really want.
Wow. There was a TV show?
There was.
No idea. I didn't know that.
So, guys, get your tickets. Shauna, you mentioned photo ops. Photo ops for C2E2. You can start purchasing them on February 1st. So get your Paul Rudd photo op. Get your Karate Kid.
Is that like 12:01 a.m. February
Probably
1st?
Central Time. You gonna get a Paul Rudd
Yeah.
autograph and photo
He's
op?
only there Saturday, by the way. I
Oh,
mean, I
crap,
saw
I
that
didn't
it's
know that.
only Saturday. Yeah, he's not there the whole weekend.
Jesus,
He's
you
a
come
busy
to
guy.
one con in your entire life and you only show up for one day?
Yep.
He's busy doing
Not cool,
Ant-Man
Paul
stuff.
Rudd.
He's a family man, Chuck.
Yeah, well, family this. Stay up for the whole thing. We're going for all 3 days. Why can't you?
Neglect your family. Let's go.
So we're going to go ahead and give you our comic book picks of the week. But before we do, Ryan, I want to talk a little bit about the CHUMPCAST.
Oh, let's do it.
The funniest podcast we know of. Find you guys on iTunes. You're everywhere that podcasts can be listened to.
We do our best to put ourselves out there, and obviously, Chuck, you've been on the show as well. Actually, call back to the first Avengers recap that we did. We talked recently about our best of the year, and I asked one of my co-hosts, what was your favorite episode of the CHUMPCAST this year? And it was when Chuck came on, and we did an absolute nerd rage over Avengers Infinity War, and we were talking about what could possibly, what does this mean, and what does this camera shot mean, and what happens with Gamora next, and that was a ton of fun. We
Feels
had to do
like
that again this
yesterday.
year. It really does.
We vented on our hate for Star-Lord and how he basically just ruined the whole plan.
Definitely.
We talked about Moon Knight and a possible Moon Knight Netflix series, which I guess is not going to happen now.
Could be Disney Plus. You never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, the CHUMPCAST. We are everywhere on social media at the CHUMPCAST. Obviously, you can find us on iTunes, Spotify, wherever fine podcasts are sold for free.
A very strict no shoes policy in your studio.
No
I've noticed. Find them on Facebook also. Like, you guys live stream the podcast.
We do.
Video wise.
We
so
do.
You can listen to it on iTunes, but you can watch it on Facebook, right?
Yeah, you can see our pretty faces.
Love it, man. I love watching you guys. Usually on what, Saturday nights?
Usually, yeah. It depends, on when we want to have a 6-pack of beers and talk about whatever garbage movie we saw this week.
Yeah, you guys take the world of fandom to the next level. You break down we break down like 3 news stories a week. You guys do everything, and you do it so funny. You manage to make it funny whereas we just kind of spew the facts.
We're just making fun of each other, or I'm getting teamed up on by my co-host, but that's fine.
Well, we'll come over and support you.
I appreciate that.
Well, guys, that's kind of your nerd news for the week. Obviously, the CHUMPCAST, check them out on iTunes. We're going to break down some of our favorite comic book picks this week. Shauna, I'm going to let you go.